And it's a very good morning to That's Racing and a welcome return to the Gelding all the way back from Hawaii. Welcome back, Gelding. Geez, we missed you.
Good morning, Professor. Good morning, listeners. As I'll just put in a little lolly drop there for the dreaded disease that I've caught on the way coming back from Hawaii, Professor. So fantastic trip. St. Helen of Caulfield South had a lovely birthday and all good, but unfortunately we caught COVID on the plane coming back. So we're a bit waylaid, Professor, but hopefully had plenty of time to study the form yesterday. So hopefully we can go well and back a few winners, because I think the Professor in my absence did very well.
Yeah, I didn't do too badly, Gelding. I was averaging a winner and two placings from four selections. So, we got a modest return, which was nice because there was money going back into the bank, which is always good.
Any return's a good return, Professor.
Exactly, Gelding, exactly. And no doubt with quarantine, as you said, you had plenty of time to read the form.
Yeah. Yesterday, had the Sportzfan dropped around, so that was good. So I've done a little bit of form for Flemington and also had a look at Queensland today, Professor, where I might have a little go myself. But for the listeners, I reckon I've got some couple of good ones for a couple of up-and-coming horses for the listeners.
Okay, well, races returned to Flemington today, Gelding, where the track's a soft 6 at the moment. And I wouldn't have thought it would be downgraded. If anything, with this wind drying it out, it might be upgraded. The rail's out 9 metres. There's a 9-race card with the first at 11:50 a.m. There's no real feature race. So without further ado, and after a rest of a fortnight, Gelding, what are your two best bets for today's race meeting?
Professor, look, this time of year I do like the racing. As I said, particularly the jumps racing, which is not on today. But it's a winter championship series over the next couple of weeks, so that'll keep us interested. Race 8 today, a lot of good horses in that, so we've left it alone for today, but some good off-season horses racing around, Professor. Now, I've gone for a couple of younger horses who have both won 2 races. The first one being race 4, number 3, Natural Mystique, trained by Mick Kent Jr., and to be ridden by Craig Newitt. Round about the $4.20 mark, Professor. So not a bad little each way bet for a horse that is certainly up and coming. Its runs have been a win at Pakenham and in a maiden, and then it jumped up to a Flemington race, which it won by a length and a quarter. So I see no reason why this horse can't continue on, Professor, and I think it could be the bet of the day. So race 4, horse 3, round about the $4.50 mark, Professor, may be a good way to start. My second bet of the day, Professor, is we go to the last at race 9. Horse number 9, Passive Aggressive.
Like a few lawyers, Gelding.
Some people probably in your profession, Professor, could be like that. Now this is a fast neck rock 3-year-old trained by Graham Begg, won by 6 lengths at Werribee. Then went to Pakenham and won by a length and a quarter, Professor. So in lower rating races, does step up to Saturday class at Flemington. But as we said off air, Professor, not a lot in this race. So I think this 3-year-old can also get the money. So my 2 tips, Professor, are race 4, number 3, Natural Mystique, into race 9, number 9, Passive Aggressive. And you like, Professor?
Yeah, Gelding. I'm going to bookend your race 4 with race 3, the Leilani Series Handicap. It's a benchmark 78 for fillies over 1,400 metres. And in that race, I like horse number 4, American Angel, coming out of barrier 9. 13 starts for 3 wins and 8 placings. So it's got a win rate of 23% and a place rate of 85%. It's the highest rated horse in the field, Gelding. It's won in the class. It's won over the distance. It offers excellent each way odds, Gelding, because it was showing $6.25 when I dipped into it last night. It's come into $5.50 overnight and wow, $2.10 for the place. So anybody who's looking for a little bit of a return, given that the horse has got an 85% place rate, get your money on. Being ridden by Jamie Carr, who's getting back into very good form, career rate of 17% and a win rate over the last 50 of 18%. So she's lifting that percentage, Gelding. It's been down a little bit, but she's certainly riding her way back into form. Trained by one of our favourite trainers, Gelding, Danny O'Brien. He's had a bit of a dip in form at the moment, but 40% of his horses go out and place. So, as I said, for people who are looking for places, this is the horse to be on today. It's first up after a 105-day spell. It's had 3 starts for 3 seconds when it's been second up before. The threat in the race, Gelding, I think is agreeable, but I think American Angel might come out on top.
Like a Professor, as you said, a great each-way bet. Danny O'Brien targets Flemington races, having previously trained there, now down the beach in Geelong, 13th Beach. Jamie Carr, as you said, maybe off from what other things were, but she's coming off such a high benchmark of last year, Professor, that, it's only natural there'll be a minor kind of drop. But, look, I like it, Professor, a good each-way chance.
Yes, Gelding. My second choice is in race 5, the VRC Community Sprint, a benchmark 70 race over 1,100 metres. And that race I like horse number 15 and very appropriate for COVID and flu season, Mask Up.
Oh, don't make me laugh, Professor.
All right, Gelding.
I'm a bit tender at the moment, so don't make me laugh.
All right, Gelding, coming out of barrier 8, it's had 3 starts for 2 wins and a placing, so a win rate of 66.6%, place rating of 100%. In its last race, it was last with at least 10 lengths to make up, Gelding. This horse certainly has ping because it went from being 10 lengths last to being just nutted by the favourite by a length and a half and was finishing like a train. I'll wager one thing today, Gelding. Harry Coffey rode it in its last start. Harry Coffey won't let it get that far back today.
Might be. It's wearing the Footscray colours, Professor. Maybe like last night, may have given Geelong too big a start, so let's hope not.
Well, it did last time, Gelding, but I don't think it will today. Harry's in career form at the moment. Career win rate of 10%, but over the last 50, 16%. And Simon Wilde, the trainer, Gelding, Simon with a Y.
Yes.
All I'll ask his parents is why.
Yes, Simon with the Y. Very astute trainer and had a very, very good Warrnambool trainer. Operation is absolutely flying at the moment down at Warrnambool, Professor. The magic waters of that beach down there where Darren Weir used to train. But he's going extremely well. So it's basically a city stable based in Warrnambool. So can certainly go very, very well, Professor.
And good each way odds on this, Gelding. I got $4.80 last night with $2 the place. So, as I said, great each way odds for punters, and those 2 selections certainly should give them some value today. So my 2 tips, race 3, horse 4, American Angel, and race 5, horse 15, Mask Up. Now, turning to the Professor's Parlay, and before I go on to talk about the Parlay, Gelding, let me just say this. I was looking at the form guide last night, and they put up the form guide before the Canterbury Bulldogs playing the Penrith Panthers. And over the last 8 matches, the Bulldogs have won 1 match. They've won 1 match, Gelding. They beat the Sydney Roosters Now, the Sydney Roosters are going to be a top 4 team probably this season.
Yep.
The Canterbury Bulldogs are on the bottom of the ladder, might not win another game. The only leg we didn't get up that week in the parlay was Sydney Roosters to beat the Canterbury Bulldogs, Gelding. So if ever there was a salutary lesson for backing a red-hot certainty, there it is.
Oh, Professor. Punters lament. What do we say? That's rugby league.
That's right. That's racing, Gelding.
Oh, dear.
All right.
Oh.
So looking at the parlay, Gelding, there's some great odds here for the punters too. Race 4, horse 3, Natural Mystic, the agreed bet of the day between you and I. And let's parlay that into, and guess what, Gelding? Whoever thought that me tipping the Gold Coast Suns would be a leg of the Professor's parlay? Well, it's happened. The Suns playing in Darwin, which is basically a home ground for them, and they're playing the second bottom side, North Melbourne. The Suns with a points difference of plus 13 over 11 matches. They're in line here, Gelding, to straighten up their season and be 6-6 at the end of the day. Their average scoring rate is 82.5 points a game, and we're going to select them to beat North Melbourne. Very, very disappointing, Gelding. One match, only one from 11 starts. A points differential of a staggering minus 549. Average losing margin of a tick under 50 points per game, and they only score 56 points themselves a game, Gelding. So there's not too many certainties in life, but I think Gold Coast Suns to beat the North Melbourne Kangaroos might be one of them today.
I like it, Professor.
And let's parlay that into the best player on clay court going around, probably ever, Rafael Nadal, playing in the French Open. Not often we dip into the tennis stakes, Gelding, but I think he'll have too many guns and too much firepower for Casper Ruud. Nadal ranked 5th in the world, 21 Grand Slams, including 13 French Opens. He's also won the Australian Open this year, so this is the second step in maybe getting a Grand Slam. So there's plenty in it for him. Casper Ruud, rated number 8 in the world, a 23-year-old Norwegian. He beat Marin Cilic in the semi-final in 4. But his best result before this one, Gelding, is the 4th round at the Australian Open in 2021. So I think he might be a bit out of his depth, and the $1.13 for Rafael Nadal, certainly in a 2-horse race, is fairly good odds.
And seems to be on a mission, Professor. After watching the Nadal Djokovic game the other day, when we returned, I would have thought Nadal seems on a mission to win this French Open. So, yeah, let's hope.
Yeah, well, our fingers are crossed, Gelding. The juicy odds of 9-2 for the Professor's parlay today.
All right.
That'll be nice.
That's
It'll
nice.
be very nice to get that one up.
That certainly will, Professor. Maybe a nice win parlay and place parlay as well today, and hopefully we can fill up the pockets of our listeners.
Always something that we're trying to do, Gelding. Sportsfan Radio tomorrow, Gelding. Given you're in isolation, probably a chance that with the rest of the voice over the night, you might be able to make it tomorrow.
Yes, we'll be able to, Professor. So hopefully you can send me an invite sometime today.
I will. Plenty to explore and discuss tomorrow. The judge has got a bee in his bonnet. I won't talk about what it is now, but you know the judge when he's should we say when the judge is prosecuting an agenda, there's always plenty to listen to.
Oh, who's in? Oh, well, Professor, now you've got me intrigued.
Exactly. Well,
who's in the firing line for tomorrow?
All we can say is tune in at midday tomorrow for Sportsfan Radio on this YouTube channel. And if you have enjoyed Sportsfan Radio and That's Racing, just down the bottom here, there's a little like button. We ask you to press that. And also, why not subscribe to the channel for some of the best sporting output that there is going around.
Yeah, why not, Professor? Looking forward to tomorrow, catching up with the gang. Obviously, some interesting topics. Women's football, still hear nothing.
Well, that could be something that the judge might be going to talk about.
Oh,
dare I say?
Sorry, that was just a guess on.
No, that's all right, Gelding. But no, the viewers will have to watch tomorrow if they're interested in what the judge has to say. All right, Gelding, we've used up the satellite link. So until next Saturday for That's Racing, it's good luck.
And